They were the first to call North America home.
Now, nearly 10 million people in the U.S. identify as American Indian or Alaska Native.
A key component of Native culture is a deep connection to nature. When their land was taken, experts say it created a cycle of institutional racism, fueling the rates of poverty we see today.
In fact, according to the most recent census data, 25% of Native Americans live in poverty, more than any other ethnicity, far outpacing the national average of 12%.
Experts we spoke to say that cycle of poverty created another issue in the Native community: addiction.
Two people who faced addiction themselves are now helping others in their community on the path to recovery. Here's how they're tapping into their culture to help people heal.
I looked in the mirror and I was sick and tired of waking up sick and tired.
Michelle Honani grew up on the Hopi Reservation in northeast Arizona. Her life growing up marked by addiction.
Everything bad you can think of. Not taking care of my children, not taking care of cultural duties, not learning cultural duties. You know, we've lost a lot of family members. We've lost a lot of youth.
Her experience, like many others. According to this national survey on drug use and health, in 2022, 26% of Native American adults had a substance abuse disorder, compared to the overall population's 18%. Michelle decided she didn't want to be another statistic.
What else to do? Got on the bus in Phoenix and rode the bus to Native American Connections, and I walked in, basically told her a story, and that's where I started. January 4th, 2007 was when my last drop of alcohol.
She now works at Native American Connections, where she met Alan King.
My addiction started when I was a very young age, probably around the age of 10 to 12. So I ended up going to prison, and I got back out, and I started my journey. And that's when I met Michelle.
He's been in recovery since 2010, and in 2023 started his own treatment center, Whispering Creek Health in Scottsdale, Arizona. His recovery program is 3 phases, from cleansing to a 6-month housing program. All of it created for his fellow Native Americans.
Biggest thing is we call this Native Informed Training, meaning that we come up a way to help provide care and reigniting that cultural piece that's missing.
That kind of Native-informed training has shown success, according to Dr. Spiro Manson. He's Little Shell Chippewa and grew up on the Turtle Mountain Reservation in North Dakota, and is one of the nation's leading experts on Native Americans and public health. He says the issue we see today stems from generational trauma spanning centuries, starting with the European movement to eradicate the culture completely.
That historic disengagement, undermining of our connection to one another and to the sources of meaning to us, have wreaked havoc with our sense of the future, our sense of possibilities.
Which is why Dr. Manson says when it comes to treating substance use disorder, combining Native healing practices with Western medicine is key.
If the kinds of prevention and treatment services that are offered to you speak to your core cultural values, those efforts will be more effective than otherwise would be the case.
Culture and care. Michelle says she needed to feel at home to truly recover from addiction.
I'm really, really appreciative and thankful and grateful that nobody gave up on me. And that when I returned home, that the support was there. What I do now is to benefit somebody else.
In May of 2024, the Biden administration allocated $63 million to tribal governments to address the opioid epidemic. Dr. Manson says he hopes the federal government will one day mandate Medicaid and Medicare reimbursement for Native healing practices. For anyone struggling with addiction, you can contact SAMHSA's national hotline. It's free, confidential, and available 24/7 every day. Just dial 1-800-662-HELP. You can also text your zip code to HELP for you to get resources in your area.
Still ahead, a crash left this man paralyzed and locked in place.
My brain lives on the side now.
Yeah.
It doesn't live in its normal spot usually.
How he found motivation and meaning in thousands of Lego bricks.
Plus, a textbook example of the right place at the right time.
Do I think that they are completely the reason why I'm sitting here today? 100%.
How a recent lesson helped these students save their instructor.
You can watch Investigate TV Plus anytime streaming online. Get the app for Roku, Amazon Fire TV, and Apple TV. They're free to download.